Gulf.
There has
Bloom.
the white daisy.
Spoil.
We left.
Rag.
Please use a rag to clean the dust off the table.
Bulletin. Plane.
They
Snake.
be careful.
Strange.
They
Scatter.
I accidentally scattered all of my pills.
Shed.
We have a small shed.
Wicked.
My
Scatter.
I accidentally
Rag.
Please.
Shed.
We have a small shed in the backyard for storage.
Bush.
My dad and I planted some small bushes around the house.
Tea.
Many.
Scent.
Julie enjoyed the scent of the flowers.
Gate.
We
Chin.
Lu-
District.
I
Above.
He
Steel.
The new apartment building was made with steel.
Contrary. Pause. Monk. Swift.
The swift horse easily jumped over the hurdle. The swift horse easily jumped over the
Shiver.
I got
Fancy. July.
her.
Console. Toss.
He tossed a coin into the air. He tossed a coin into the air. He tossed a coin into
Hood. Barrel. suppose,
I suppose
alert, triumph,
he raised.
upper,
He-
bit,
I
ball,
S-
theater, aboard,
They climbed aboard the kayak and paddled through the river.
commute,
I usually commute to work on the train.
kit,
Is there?
disgraceful,
This is a disgrace.
bitter,
He was extremely bitter when his computer crashed.
wait,
She has to wait for.
caution,
Please use
very,
an.
shine,
The
bullet,
bullet.
explode, shepherd,
The
pirate,
pirate.
soar,
After
devil,
the church.
approve,
Her
rhyme,
hum.
smooth,
The
starve,
dr-
drift,
The large chunk of ice drifted in the water. The large chunk of ice drifted in the water. The large chunk of ice drifted in the water. The large chunk of ice drifted in the water.
refrigerator, client, flashlight,
We took a flash.
puff,
A puff of smoke came from the burnt match.
enforce,
Police enforce traffic laws to keep everyone safe.
expense,
She wrote down all the expenses for her trip.
execute, museum, fountain,
There was a beautiful fountain in the middle of the park.
closet,
Marie.
dissolve,
I dis-
product, curse,
the witch.
harbor,
There were a few small boats in the harbor.
guest,
Alice,
clue,
the detective,
motion,
the
modern,
The-
inhabit,
No one inhabits the ancient city.
dash,
Helen dashed up the stairs so she wouldn't be late for her appointment.
profession,
He-
pink, place, march,
The soldiers marched in straight rows.
deliberate,
Bernie made a
bet,
how much
skeleton,
there
millionaire,
he
strain,
Casey strained to lift the heavy box.
scatter,
I accidentally scattered all of my pills. I accidentally scattered all of my pills.
electric, shelf,
I keep my clothes on a shelf in my closet.
gallery, port, approximate, port,
The ship was being loaded with materials at the port. We have a small shed in the backyard for storage.
scent,
Julie enjoyed the scent of the flowers.
swift,
The
approximate,
my
publication, preach, grasp,
He grasped the bag of
sheriff,
It was the sheriff's job to make the city safe.
cousin,
My-
avoid, lightly, toss,
He tossed a coin into the air.
fasten,
Elizabeth fastened her seatbelt.
startle,
The loud crash startled the sleeping woman. The loud crash startled the sleeping.
endure,
She had to endure her husband shouting all day long.
Tease.
Jake teased Charlie because he was the new student.
Announce.
He-
Company.
I
Sweat.
Whenever I go to the gym, I sweat quite a bit.
Bitter.
He was extremely
Organize.
Mm.
Temperature. Rot.
the old.
Trigger.
The man had his finger on the trigger of the gun. The man had his finger on the trigger of the gun.
Desk. They. Pet. Beam.
Modern skyscraper.
Unify.
With their
Drift.
the large chunk of ice drifted in the water.
Enforce.
Police.
Puff. Enforce.
Police enforce.
Puff.
A puff of smoke.
Novel.
He.
Anxious.
She.
Host. Complaint.
Mom said she didn't want to hear my.
Vessel.
We toured the area aboard a luxury vessel. We toured the area aboard a luxury vessel.
Fountain.
There was a beautiful fountain in the middle of the park.
Riddle.
I could not.
Casual.
You.
Test.
His jaw.
Branch.
The monkey with
Voyage.
The astronauts took off on a long voyage to the moon.
Responsible.
Peter is
Ritual. Deceive.
He tried to deceive his friends with a
Worship.
Many people around the world worship in a church. Many people around the world worship in a church.
Strain.
Casey's.
Harbor.
There were a few small boats in the harbor.
March. Drink.
the.
Stroll.
My dog and I strolled through the park today.
Anticipate. Drip.
I.
Apprentice.
Mark is.
Label.
The
Germ. Tongue.
The.
Welcome. Assure.
He is.
Difference.
The.
Port.
The.
Odd.
Her cat.
Scatter.
I accidentally scattered all of my pills.
Carpet.
His white living room carpet was soft.
Layer.
There was a layer of snow on the tops of the houses this morning.
Bandage.
If you cut yourself,
Opponent. Canoe.
He.
Chop.
Ma.
Shed.
We.
Scent.
Julie enjoyed this.
Toss.
He tossed a coin into the air.
Startle.
The loud crash startled the.
Beam.
Modern skyscrapers are made with many beams.
Drift.
The large.
Enforce.
Police.
Puff.
A puff of smoke came from the burnt match.
Vessel.
We-
Voyage. Fountain. Scatter.
I accidentally scattered all of my pills.
Worship.
Ma-
Scent.
Julie enjoyed the scent of the flowers.
Toss.
He tossed a coin into the air.
Beam.
Modern
Scatter.
I
Scent. Puff.
A puff of smoke came from the burnt match.
Toss.
He tossed a coin in.
Puff. Beam. Toss.
He tossed a coin into the air.